નમસ્કાર વિદ્યાર્થી મિત્રો. Last time we have been discussed about the general chemistry, and we also discussed about the how to derived or formulated molecular formula, right? So in this lecture we are going to study two different topics. Actually it is same topic, but we will generally classify into, or we will try to understand in two different way, that is molecular mass or atomic mass, right? And this topic is also important to understand for the various concept of chemistry, and it is also helpful in your higher standard. So let us start atomic mass or molecular mass. So first of all, when we listen the word mass, so first we should understand, or we have to understand what is mass. So as we know that each object has a specific mass or size or shape. We can say size or shape. And these things we all know very well. So you can see in this slide here I mentioned two different picture. In picture 1 here I mention aluminum, and in picture 2 I mention carbon, right? So you can see this ring is made from aluminum material or aluminum atom or aluminum element, and this is the material of carbon, right? Now as we see in this slide or photograph, here the weight of aluminum here show is 24 gram, while in the case of carbon it shows 12 gram, right? Now again question come into our mind, if we keep more weight, then always the weight shows here 24 gram. So the answer is no. Why? Because as we know that different type of molecule are made from various different type of element, or various so many atom are combined to form molecules, right? Now again question come into our mind, suppose whenever we take the weight of aluminum, at that time there are many single atom present in the aluminum. There is no single atom, lakhs of atom are present in the molecule of aluminum, or specifically atom of aluminum. Here I cannot say molecule, but we will use the word atom. So in single atom many aluminum atom are present. So for single atom, the weight of single atom, if you want to find, that is very difficult, but we will find with the help of reference. So how we can use reference and identify the molecular or atomic mass of any element, that is we will discuss in next slide. But here you can see in carbon atom also, here in carbon atom there are many carbon atom are present in the carbon elements. So there is no single atom, right? So whenever we find the atomic mass, or specifically પરમાણ્વીય ભાર જેને કહીએ છીએ ગુજરાતીની અંદર, તો at that time we must understand, whenever we take any weight of any element, or whenever we take weight of any element, at that time we will take weight of many molecule. But what about the weight of single element or single specifically atom? So for that purpose we have to understand first of all what is atomic weight and atomic mass. So first of all we will try to understand what is atomic mass, atomic weight and atomic mass. So here according to definition, the individual atom is very small as we know that, and that is we cannot see through our eyes. That is negligible in weight. So if we consider the weight of this pen, suppose if we take weight of this pen has a specific weight. But what about this pen is also made of thousand or lakhs of atom. That means there is no single atom present in the pen. There is a combination form of lots of atom or element present in the pen. So the weight of single element or single particle, that is negligible, right, and cannot be weighed directly. We cannot weigh directly because this thing is invisible, and is invisible things, uh, just ask yourself, can we take weight of invisible thing? Whatever we are taking weight of any objects or any subjects that is visible, that should be visible, then only we can take the weight. But invisible things, how we can take weight? So for taking of weight we have to identify the mass of reference, and based on reference we will identify the, or we will calculate the, we can calculate the mass of element, and hence the mass of the atom is calculated indirectly. But comparing its comparison its mass with that of hydrogen atom, which is taken as a standard atomic mass. So what first point is trying to say is that because of negligible weight of element, if we want to calculate the weight of element, then we have to take one standard substance, and that is hydrogen. With the help of hydrogen we can take, but after that later 1/12 of mass. Again, first of all understand this thing carefully. The 1/12 of mass C12 isotope is considered to be the standard for comparing atomic mass of other element. So firstly decide with the help of hydrogen atom, or with taking of standard as a hydrogen atom, we can identify the mass of different element, but later it is modified and based on isotope of C12 carbon, and with the help of this isotope we can identify the mass of other element. So now again one question come into our mind, what is isotope? Now we listen many element, but we never listen word of isotope. So first of all we will try to understand what is isotope. So here the reference mass is C12 carbon. So first of all C12 isotope, here I use word isotope. बराबर ख्याल रहे. So each element, if it have or it has, then some isotope also present. If I consider here carbon, બાકી બીજા એલિમેન્ટ માટે આપણે છોડી દઈએ, but for the carbon atom, carbon has a 3 isotope, that is C12, 6, second is C6, C30, and third one is C14, right? Now what is the meaning of this type of representation? First of all, here carbon atom represent the sign of element. Here for left hand side, bottom part, which is represent atomic mass. As you know very well atomic mass, and you also familiar with atomic mass. And left hand side, top part shows atomic weight. Right, it shows atomic weight. So here carbon has a 3 isotope. Number 1 is C12, C30, and C40. Now you can see in all the isotope one thing is common, and that is atomic number. Sorry, here not atomic mass, here atomic number. So isotope means same atomic number but different atomic weight. This is called isotope. So carbon has a 3 isotope, and that is C12, C30, and C40, right? Here what is the difference is the atomic mass of each isotope has a different. But if we consider in carbon atom, out of 3 isotope, what is the major amount, what is the amount of C12, C30, and C14? First of all, we should understand the abundance of C12 isotope, and that is 99%, and C13 and C14 is very less amount are present in the carbon. So based on C12, because in carbon atom this isotope is present in a high amount or majority amount, so that is why based on C12 isotope, here we will take atomic mass, or we will identify atomic mass, or we will consider relative atomic mass based on C12 carbon, and that should be fixed, always should be fixed. And it shows that the relative atomic mass is defined as the number that represents how many times of an atom, an element heavier than 1/12 of mass of C12 atom. That means whenever we taking mass, so based on 1/12 part of C12 carbon, that is heavier than C12 carbon atom. So based on this relative atomic mass, we can calculate different type of atomic mass, or in simple word we can say we can calculate the mass of different elements based on C12 carbon mass. Now you can see in this table, here you can see different element and its atomic mass. So you wonder to know how this atomic mass is calculated. So this thing we will learn in higher standard. But right now you have to just one time read and see. Suppose if I ask what is the atomic mass of fluorine, then you have to see here the atomic mass of fluorine, and that is 19, right? If I ask what is the atomic mass of aluminum, and that is 27. So this table you have to keep here for the reference purpose, and based on this table we will identify the molecular mass based on this table, because molecular mass is also identified with the help of atomic mass, right? So right now you have to no need to memorize these things, right? But again I will show another slide, and that is also very important. So you can see in this slide here, in this slide I mention S block element and P block element. As you know very well, in periodic table has a 4 different blocks, and that is S, P, D, F. But in chemistry most of the molecules are formed from S and P block element. That means most of the molecules are preparing from S and P block element. So first of all I will tell you one single element, and based on that you can see all the element, or you can understand all the element. So here you can see first element, and that is nitrogen, right? Here H represent the sign of hydrogen atom, and below sign here the name of element, and again below the name you can see the atomic weight of this element, and above that is atomic mass. But in our previous slide we represents like this: upper side that is atomic mass and below atomic number, but for understand purpose we will take the represents like this also. So if I ask what is the meaning of this element, so here upper side represents the atomic number, and that is 7. For nitrogen atomic number is 7, and the name of nitrogen is the sign of nitrogen is N, and the atomic weight is 14, right? But one thing I want to tell here, suppose roughly I tell roughly, if we want to calculate the atomic weight of element, then how we can calculate? Suppose if we take example nitrogen, so the atomic weight of nitrogen, and that is 7. So you always see first atomic number. As we know that we have to know the atomic number of 1 to 20 element, atomic name, electronic configurations, and atomic weight, because these things is always are combined with each different concepts, right? So here the atomic number of nitrogen, and that is 7. So if we multiply atomic number with 2 or multiply by with 2, then we will get atomic weight of atom. Okay, so here the atomic weight of nitrogen, and that is 14. But sometimes it will shows plus or minus plus or minus 3 or 4 generally. But for 1 to 20 element, at least you can get atomic weight maximum plus or minus 1 value. So what is the meaning of this statement? It is, suppose if we want to find the atomic number of sulfur, you can see here sulfur atom. So the atomic weight of sulfur, that is 16, and if we multiply by 2, so we will get 32. So the weight of sulfur is 32. So roughly we can calculate it like this also. These things we will learn in higher standard, but right now we have to at least know how we can calculate the atomic weight, right? So this atomic weight are actually is taken based on experiment, but we will calculate also with the help of theory also, or theoretically we can calculate, right? So this is the thing about atomic number. Now we are going to study second phase of this lecture, and that is molecular weight or molecular mass. That is molecular mass. So here molecular weight or molecular mass calculated adding the atomic weight of all constituent atoms. So what is the meaning of this statement? Suppose here if we take one example, with the help of this example we can able to understand how we can calculate the molecular mass of different molecule. Suppose if we want to find the molecular mass of sodium carbonate, then what we have to do is to identify the molecular mass of molecule. First of all, at least we should know this molecule are made from different type of constituent. Constituent means different type of atom. So here we can see in this molecule one sodium atom is present, one hydrogen atom is present, and one carbon and 3 oxygen. So first of all what we have to do is we have to write element separately. So first element is sodium, second is hydrogen, third one is carbon, and fourth one is oxygen. After that what we have to do is we have to multiply, we have to sum of mass of each element. So first of all sodium atom, the mass of sodium atom is, you can see here, 23 AMU. That means the mass of sodium is 23. After the mass of hydrogen is 1 and the mass of carbon is 12. Here for one oxygen mass of oxygen is 16, but how many oxygen is present? So it is multiplied by 3. So that will become 74 AMU, sorry 84. 48 plus 12, 60, 60 plus 24, and that is 84. So the mass of sodium bicarbonate, that is 80. So the mass of this molecule is 84. But here one thing we should know, at least the mass is taken in AMU. So what is the AMU? AMU is one of the unit of element, and we can call them atomic mass unit. AMU we can call atomic mass unit, right? Suppose if we take another example, so you can see here the atomic mass of calcium hydroxide, how we can calculate. So first of all, at least we should write each element in manner. One is calcium plus one is carbon. Here OH twice means 2 oxygen is present and 2 hydrogen is. Now the weight of calcium is 40. How I take 40? Because based on this table, you can see in that table also the mass of carbon, and that is 12 plus 16 for one hydrogen is 1, 2 for 2. So 40 plus 12 plus 2, 2 is equal to 32 plus 2. So the total mass is 34 plus 12, 46 or 40, 86. Okay. So what? Acha, calcium hydroxide. We are taking extra carbon and that is not present. Plus here not carbon, I think this is in bracket, matlab 2 oxygen and 2 hydrogen. So the mass of calcium, that is 40 plus the mass of oxygen plus mass of hydrogen is 2. Later 40, the mass of hydrogen, that is 1. So 42 plus 2. So that is, we will get 74 AMU. The mass of calcium hydroxide is 74 AMU. Sometimes you can see here, sometimes we will take, instead of AMU we can take in mass also. So whenever we take mass in gram, and that mass is also known as gram molecular weight, what we can call gram molecular weight. Suppose whenever we take unit in gram, so at that time we always tell gram atomic weight or gram molecular mass, right? Suppose here you can see one example. The molecular weight of oxygen and water are 32 AMU and 18 AMU. So based on our previous calculation, we can find the mass of oxygen and molecular mass of H2O. So the mass of O2 and that is 32 AMU, and the mass of H2O and that is 18 AMU, right? But if we take gram molecular weight, that is also same means here value is same but unit is different. So that is why we will take mass in AMU as well as gram. But in chemistry we always take weight in gram molecular weight or gram molecular mass, right? So that is how we can calculate the mass of molecule. Suppose again if we take extra example, then how we can calculate? Suppose if you see example number 1, you can see example number 1. So with the help of chemical reaction, we will try to understand how to find the molecular mass. Suppose in first example, one carbon atom combined with O2 gives CO2. So if we want to calculate the molecular mass of CO2, molecular mass of CO2, then how we can calculate? So first of all, as we know that CO2 is always made from carbon and oxygen, that means molecule is always formed from atom or element. So here the atomic weight of carbon and that is 12, or we can take in 12 gram also. But generally whenever we represent, so at that time you should always take weight in gram. So for one oxygen, the mass of atomic mass of oxygen is 16, for 2 that is 32, and if we combine 12 plus 32, so mass is 44. So we can also calculate based on chemical reactions also. Suppose if we take second example, but second and third both are same. In same second example, we not take mass in any gram or unit, just we calculate. So how we can calculate in gram? So if you understand example number third, then automatically you can understand example number of 2. So suppose 2Na plus 2H2O gives 2NaOH plus H2. So this is the element, but water is molecule and NaOH also molecule. So how we can calculate mass of each element or molecule? Suppose if you want to calculate the mass of 2 sodium, then mass of 1 sodium, that is 23. For 2 it will become 46 gram, right? Suppose if you want to calculate the mass of 2 H2O, so if we calculate for one H2O molecule, that is 18, and if we multiply by 18 into 2, and we will get 36. Whenever the reaction is happen, we can say 46 gram of sodium combined with 36 gram of water gives 80 gram of NaOH and 2 gram of H2, right? Suppose here what is the lacking is, suppose if we sum of these 2 element or molecule, that is we will gives 82, because here finally H2 also release. Why? Because suppose this atomic mass is 82, for 2 hydrogen mass is 2, and if we minus 2, that means we will get the weight of NaOH. Then no need to calculate the mass of NaOH. If we calculate simply the atomic mass of reactant, then the mass of product is also same. Again I will tell you, this concept is also we will learn in higher standard. specifically in 11th standard. The mass of reactant and product always be same. Suppose the total mass of reactant is 82 and here you can see the total mass of product is also 82, but if we calculate the mass of reactant, so no need to calculate the mass of products, but if simply some lower atomic mass product is formed, then if we subtract this product and we will get the major product atomic mass. So this is how we calculate the atomic mass. Finally, you can see in this example, here I mention different type of example. So this example you have to try yourself and identify the molecular mass of molecules. Suppose if I solve one example, so based on that you can solve all the example. So here we will take one example and that is CH3COOH. Right. So first of all you should identify how many different type of element are present and similar type of atom are present. Suppose in this example 2 carbon is present, one is here and one is here. After that total number of 4 hydrogen is present, 3 here and 1 here, that means 4 hydrogen. And 2 oxygen is present, right. So first of all you should write the molecular formula to atomic form. Whenever you are trying to calculate the molecular mass, at that time you have to always represent molecule into atomic form, then you can write atomic weight. Suppose for 1 carbon the atomic mass is 12, for hydrogen that is 1, and for oxygen that is 16. Right. Now 12 into 2, 24 plus 4 plus 16 into 2, 32. So we will get 28 plus 32, because if we take with sum with first 2 atom, then we will get or 60 AMU. So the atomic mass of CH3COOH is 60 gram AMU. So with the help of atomic mass we can calculate the molecular mass of substance, right. But at least firstly we should understand the atomic mass or how we can calculate the atomic mass, right. So now you have to try to solve all the example and its atomic weight. In our next lecture we are starting another new concept, okay, but till now you have to understand the atomic mass and how molecular or specifically ionic molecule will form, and that is we will learn in our previous lecture, okay. So we will again meet in next lecture with another concept, okay. Thank you.